Oh, here goes Brandon. Prettiest launch in the world, but it was a launch. Look at that sunrise! Woo-wee! I think it's actually warmer up here. It is 25 degrees out right now. And we're going to have a heat wave later. It's going to be about 50 degrees. So tonight, even though I'm dressed in 5 layers of clothing right now, I think tonight I might even come out in shorts. Nah, probably not. So much I want to talk to you about Paramotor Nation. Let's start off with that. So Robert Michiels has a show on Thursday nights at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 6 o'clock Pacific Time. And it's called ParaGlidingTalk.com, or as he would call it, ParaGlidingTalk.com.
Welcome to ParaGlidingTalk.com.
Sorry, Robert, that's my that's my best impression. ParaGlidingTalk.com. Anyhow, it's a fantastic show. It's all things aviation. It's paragliders, paramotors, and Brandon and I had this idea. You know, every time we talk, and not just he and I, but anybody that's a paramotor, we just talk and talk and talk. We'll be at a restaurant talking paramotors, and next thing you know, here comes the bill, and it's time to leave, but we just want to keep on talking. So
So guys, I'm going to do a quick voiceover to let you know what's going on at this part of the flight. I realize my feet are swiveling and they shouldn't. There's a pin that is underneath my seat that holds the axle from going in and out and also from swiveling. So it keeps my feet completely steady on there. Now the front can turn and I can steer with that when I'm on the ground, but it should not be rocking back like you just saw right there. So realizing that I don't want to be flying like this where my axle could somehow slip out and then I cannot land because I can't land a trike on 2 wheels. I made the decision I'm going to start descending and head back to the field and figure out what went wrong, and eventually I'll get another pin and stick it back in there.
So I am actually making an emergency landing right now because I just realized something is wrong with my freight front axle, and rather than taking a chance flying around and then forgetting about it, I'm going to make a landing here, check everything out and make sure everything's okay, and then I'm going to go back up. up in the air. Let's go see if we can't find Brandon. Alright guys, so I actually had to make an emergency landing there. And it's crazy. You check everything and you miss one little thing, and that was actually a very thorough pre-flight check that I did. And what I found is that as I was flying, my front axle, right where my feet are here, it started slipping side to side. So I made a quick landing, was very, very careful with my axles, and what I found out is that the pin had come off. That pin should never come off. So fortunately I had another pin. I was able to get this whole thing back together, and now we're back up in the air. Oh, there's Brandon all the way down there in that little low field. I found him. He was hiding under the trees. So I was starting to talk about Paramotor Nation before that quick landing there. And so Robert Michiels has ParaGlidingTalk.com on Thursday nights, which is a terrific show. It's been going on for over a year now. And this last episode, and I'm going to put a link in my description on the episode, which was absolutely fantastic. Had Kyle Lowe on, just an open forum, it was really great. And a lot of fun. Kyle Lowe is out paragliding out in California. So he stopped by to see Robert. So on Sunday nights at 8 o'clock, Brandon McCloud and I and a group of other guys that are going to be on the panel are going to be hosting a show for paramotors, and it's called Paramotor Nation. So tune in. Last week we had a great show with instructor who is starting his own school called I Fly Indiana. That's Kevin Kemble. I'll put his information either in the description or on a comment. If you're looking to train with a guy who's just a gentleman, who's so kind-hearted, who has always got your best interest in mind, Kevin Kemble is a great person to train with, so I would highly recommend him. This coming Sunday, which today is actually Saturday morning, tomorrow is the show where we're having Andy McCavin on, and Andy's been in the paramotoring community for a very, very long time, so he's got some great information to share with all of us. That should be a fantastic show. And then the following Sunday, that's going to be, I think that's the 31st. Right now it's so cold on my face I can't even think straight, but last Sunday of March, let's go with that. I'm not sure if I can say who the guest is going to be, but he's a guy who started paramotoring in the last year. He's got a fantastic YouTube channel that has just exploded off the pages. He's so much fun to watch. I don't know if Brandon's going to be mad at me or not, but I'm going to tell you anyways. It's PPG Gorilla. Ricky Davies is going to be joining us, talking about his first year in paramotoring, his experiences that he's had, and it should be a heck of a fun show, so I'm extremely excited to interview him. If you see that, there's an airplane right there, pretty darn close, so you always got to be looking for aircraft. You can see that aircraft flying away from me. That was a little nerving. Ooh, that made you twitch. What else is going on? This YouTube channel, I'm so honored and so humbled for the growth of this YouTube channel. I have now, gosh, it seems like only 2 months ago I was under 100 subscribers, and now I'm over 300 and growing quickly each day. So thank you so very much for subscribing. Hopefully you stay interested and you love these videos that I'm making, and you're learning something from them, or if nothing else, being entertained. So my last video I did was just something different, something really, really fun. And if you didn't see it, I'm going to put a little information tag on the top right corner of your screen, and that is for the Bohemian Rhapsody video. That was just a ton of fun to do, and got some great feedback on it. A lot of people really enjoyed it. I'm glad you did. Thanks for the feedback. Going back to the topic of the Paramotor Nation YouTube show on Sunday nights, there's a lot of other things that Brandon and I are planning to do. I don't want to go ahead and say them yet, just in case they don't come to fruition, but what we want to do is find a whole new avenue to raise money for a group called Resurgence PPG. Todd Scandrett is running that, and he's a great guy. He had such a funny post the other day on something. I put out a post saying, what music do you listen to when you're flying? And Todd comes back with this funny post with all these seriously hard rock bands, and at the very end was Natalie Merchant. Todd's got some very interesting music choices to go from hard rock Metallica to Natalie Merchant. So, but he runs a great organization called Resurgence PPG, and if you're in the paramotoring community, you probably already know what it is. For those of you that are getting into the paramotoring community, what they do is they raise money for wounded veterans so that they can learn to fly, and they get sponsored, and it's just a great organization. Brandon's made sweatshirts in the past and t-shirts, and those sold, and all the proceeds went to Resurgence, and I think we're going to do something more just like that here that's going to be phenomenal. So stay tuned for information on that. And it is no wind day today, just absolutely fantastic. But like I said, it's 25 degrees now. This afternoon it's supposed to be around 50 degrees, and there's a lot of guys that are planning to come out and fly, so I'm really, really excited. Some of my buddies that I've been talking to for a while that I haven't been able to fly with yet, they're ready to emerge from the winter blues and come fly with us, so very, very exciting. I want to see Brandon is. Oh, by the way, speaking of Brandon also, we got his helmet all set up with his GoPro and his microphone, so I can see him off in the distance. I don't know if you can see him from here. You might be able to see the silhouette of him flying up there. He's about the same altitude which I am at. By the way, someone made a great comment asking to every once in a while say what altitude I'm at. So it's a great point. Y'all want to know, you know, what altitude am I seeing? What's this view like from what distance? So right now I'm at 870 feet above ground level. When I say AGL, that stands for above ground level, so you know what I'm talking about. So going back to Brandon, his YouTube channel is now called Paramotor Nation. So his channel is going to be hosting the Sunday night show, and he's going to have a lot more videos and commentating through his videos just like I am right now. So I'm going to put links to everything I've been talking about, to ParaGlidingTalk.com, Brandon's channel, Paramotor Nation, Resurgence PPG, Kevin Kemble's website for his paragliding school. So check it all out. Like I said in the previous video, I want this channel to not only be entertaining and maybe educational, but also to be a reference for information that you can come to and get information that you're looking for. Alright. Well, even though it's cold, actually, you know what? I forgot I had heated gloves. I'm going to put these heated gloves on a little warmer because it's getting cold up here. So up ahead of us is the Warren County Airport, and this is where we'll sometimes fly out of as well. It's actually another sod farm sold by the same company. A lot of times I see people asking, you know, where do I find places to fly out of? How do you ask landowners? Look up sod farms in your area and see if there's any sod farms. They probably won't have an issue with you flying out of there. Of course, county airports that are not towered airports like this one's another great place to fly. To get to work, so I'm going to start heading back towards the field that we flew out of, but gonna be flying tonight for sure. Have a little bit more time. Got a good tailwind behind me. We're really moving. This is so cool. I love looking right over the trees and seeing right down into the little forest areas. I think that's just so neat. Finding ponds like this one that you never knew existed back there. It's awesome. About 570 feet, we're going to start descending down. The field's right in front of me. You can see the flags on our cars right ahead there, so we're coming right towards the cars. Alright, killing the motor. And we'll just coast it on in from here. Alright, just a few feet off the ground. Getting ready, and now we start to flare, and the wing should lay down just like that. Ah! Alright, good flight. Well, thank you everybody watching, and I'll see you on the next video.